Hi, this is Trisha, and I'm back with some more big people tips. In our School of Life episode, Brittany said this.
in in academics, I was not necessarily always the A student. As a matter of fact, I was very naughty in school. I would actually change my grades on my report card to give my parents.
What?
Getting in trouble all the time.
I never do that.
I was just one of those students that was trying to get by. I didn't really, I wasn't in love with learning. Um, and then it wasn't until I went away to Asia and just saw how the people of that country just so revered rules. So they were so reverent to their culture, and their way of life was just so beautiful to observe. That's when I really started to reflect on learning about life and my existence and why I do anything. I just became very reflective at that time in my life. So I would say that um, I used my educational knowledge to um, get opportunities, and then those opportunities I would, I guess, become very reflective on, my why and how this, mattered and why I was here on earth. And, that side of me was because of the environment that I was placed in.
Then I got this question. What questions should I ask myself to figure out what I want to do with my life? This is a great question because I think we all ultimately want to enjoy the work that we do and the life that we live. We want to be satisfied day by day that what we're doing is worthwhile. Figuring out what to do with your life starts with knowing who you are. We're human beings, not human doings. So who you be can affect what you do. So to get the answer to what to do with my life, ask yourself and ask those closest to you to help you answer some deeper underlying questions. Then sit with your note app or your paper and pen and write down these 10 major questions and your responses. So number 1, what are the things that I like and dislike? For me, it's yes to chocolate, mocha anything, no to tight pants. Number 2, what are the things that I'm good at and not so good at? Once again, for me, it has been yes to public speaking, no to heavy weightlifting. I ain't got the arms for that. Number 3, what are the things that I can do and cannot do? Yes to planning family gatherings, no to thinking like a girl if you're not a girl. Yeah. Number 4, what connections do I have in my life? Are they wide and varied? Am I from a big family and I have a lot of friends? Or are my connections small and exclusive? Do I know just a small amount of people who I'm really tight-knit with? Number 5, what's my history? Looking back at your past can help you spot trends and patterns in your life, especially from when you were a young child. What were your natural leanings? Before you got one too many slaps for it, did you love to climb a lot? Did you, maybe like heights and could tolerate flying? Did you talk a lot? Maybe public speaking is your thing. Did you love to pull things apart with your hands, no matter what it was, whether it was a toy or your mother's sewing machine? Maybe you're built to be an engineer. Or maybe you just love to play with your friends all the time and you had loads of them. Maybe you're meant to be a coach of some kind. These can all indicate your natural leanings and innate abilities. So look back at your history, who you were, how you grew up, what were the things that you really enjoyed doing when you were a child. Number 6, what's my character? Are you kind with your words as well as with your money? Do you always try to bring the bright side to a tough discussion? Or do you feed bitterness and argument? Are you willing to patiently wait for things, or must everything come to you now? Number 7, what legacy do I want to leave behind? My dream for the future. You want to know what to do with your life, not just at work, but also at home, and not just for tomorrow, but for after you die. Has someone ever left you in a room and after your interaction with them, you noticed that you felt a little bit tense and angry? Or did you feel lighter and more energized, ready to move on to your next thing? Do you want to be that person who encourages people or gives them something to think about? Recently, I read about Panasonic founder, I think his name is Konosuke Matsushita. He outlined a 250-year plan for his company, consisting of 10 successive phases of 25 years, with the goal of achieving a land of peace and prosperity. Now, he knew what he wanted to do with his life and lives after, and his company, and he was thinking about the legacy he wanted to leave after he died. He didn't know with full certainty that it would happen. I mean, the men after him could have gone anyway, but he wrote it down. And Panasonic is now 105 years old and still going after that goal. So his goal was simple enough: achieve a land of peace and prosperity. After that, he and his team broke down what that meant for the business that they were in. Similarly, you can start with a simple goal. Even if it's world peace, what can be your small contribution to that? We laugh at it, but it might be possible in, I don't know, 400 years or so, whatever. I'm just saying you can start with your small contribution to that goal. Then break down what that will look like for the areas that you're working in, for the people that are around you, and for the places where you will live and play and have fun and so on. Then work that plan. Think about it really quite simply. Even if your plan is just world peace, you can work that plan just around you and all the things that are connected to you. You don't have to worry about how that's going to spread. It will naturally spread because we influence people. So maybe just within your world, you will have peace. It depends what your goal is. The next step is then number 8. What do I need to achieve to get there? What are some SMART goals? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound goals that I need to set and work towards. Do you need to get a university degree or a certification like ACCA or CISP or PMP? Do you need to start having different types of conversations with your friends? More about what you want to achieve, not just what's the latest social media gossip. Do you need to change your friends? Do you need to get a mentor? Do you need to get counseling of the psychological kind to help you put down any limiting beliefs? TikTok motivations can only go so far, and not all of them are helpful for what may be personal to you and what you want to achieve. Do you need to start reading more or watching more helpful online content? Your character is being shaped daily by what you take in. So when you set your goals, if you want to achieve them, you have to let everything in your life align towards that achievement. Number 9, what's an unbiased way that I can assess myself to know what to do with my life? We all have blind spots, and our friends only know so much about us. Besides self-examination and getting feedback from friends, there are also many objective tools to help you find out more about yourself. They're called psychometric tests. They usually measure important traits such as your personality, your ability, intelligence, attitude, and beliefs. And these tests try to provide objective responses based on the data that you put in. Number 10, finally, what opportunities do I currently have? When you know what to do with your life, then just do it. Get up and look for that other type of job. Talk to your boss about them mentoring you. Make use of all the open doors that are already around you. Move to that country if you already have a visa. Start saving to pay for that certification or looking for scholarships for that degree. Bring up that new topic with your friends and keep bringing it up until they realize that it's important to you. Or, start looking for those new friends that you can discuss it with. You'll never really be able to do what you want with your life until you act on what you know. Now, here's a bonus for if you are a Christian. Ask God, then do the things I mentioned before. Sincerely pray and ask Him to show you who you are and what He made you for. Read your Bible with a view to finding out more of the character traits that He is looking for in you. Ask more mature Christians to pray for and with you, and then share what they hear from God. Then respond to what you feel He is saying to you. So I hope this helps, and remind you to keep your questions coming by email to big.ppl.tings@gmail.com. Also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter for more. Share this video with others you think could use these tips. And I leave you with this. Every time you find work to do it to the best you can. In the grave, there is no work, there is no thinking, no knowledge, and there is no wisdom. And we're all going to the place of death. Ecclesiastes 9, verse 10, easy to read version.